What's going on?
Not much, bro. You?
Not much, not much. I was tweeting up a storm earlier today.
Oh yeah, what are you saying?
Man, there's a couple topics that were on my mind. I'll find them verbatim for you.
All right, let's hear this.
I uh I had made one tweet and basically I said I want your thoughts on this. Actually, I said that the NFL and NBA combines are modern day slave auctions. How strong is this stock? Question mark. I'll pick them up for a measly couple million shekels. Sold.
Wait, bro, what the fuck? You just had beef
I,
with the NFL and just woke up.
I woke up and I wanted the action, bro.
Yeah, but
No,
but wait, like, are you talking like when they fucking trade picks and shit?
no, I'm talking about the combines. Like the combine. So the combine is basically they get you doing bench press, verticals, 40-yard dashes, all the shit. And
What,
it's
is it like
really
a,
it's
a
just
fitness test kind of thing?
yeah, it's a fitness test and it's like super weird and dystopian if you think about it because it's literally all these white guys with their clipboards and they're just like checking the statistics on predominantly black people and like how good they are.
Yeah,
And then at the end they're like, "I want this boy.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
pick
That
this
one
boy
good.
up for I'll pick this boy up for 40 mil." Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, it's so weird to me, in my opinion. Like, it might be a hot take saying that because like people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's not modern day slavery. They're making millions of dollars." But in
Yeah,
respects to like the owners, like they aren't making shit.
that's true. But I want to know: does this only exist in the NFL and the fucking basketball, or is this in other sports?
It's in every sport. Every sport has like a combine for incoming draft picks.
So
They
like
have the
hockey
combine.
has this,
Hockey has this. Like baseball has
soccer,
it.
base. Okay, well, it's not predominantly targeted at black people then, though.
That is true. That is true. But like,
Like
I just
if it
see.
was just like basketball that had it, I'd be like, okay, maybe you got a point.
Yeah,
But
it's a
you know,
little
like,
little fishy. Little
yeah, I mean,
fishy.
what's going on with that? But
I I know. I see it as modern day slavery because these guys literally carry the fucking organization.
oh yeah, they're the fucking face of the organization. No one cares about these, the big wigs purchasing the people.
Yeah, literally.
But fuck, what was I gonna say? See, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, I'm not a sports guy like that.
Yeah, no, it's totally a thing. Like it's literally like they test their abilities and like the maximum capability that they can go in every respect. So how high can they jump? How fast can they run? How good are their hands?
Yeah,
It's
okay, but like it makes sense to me. Like you don't want to purchase a shitter, like someone who
yeah,
sucks and
yeah,
can't
yeah.
isn't like physically fit.
Yeah, it does make sense. I think it's just like the principle that these guys aren't getting paid enough in respects to how much these owners are making and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true, and they're putting in more work, I suppose.
Yeah, and they are. Like they're doing all the work, the face of the organization.
Yeah, they're the ones actually playing. They're not just like fucking, doing
I was
nothing.
saying I was saying like in the I believe it's the 20s or 30s, there's a thing called the Negro League and it was pretty much a black owned baseball league.
Really?
And it was all just black guys in there like playing because they couldn't play in the normal league. And I was
Really?
saying
Eh?
low key, I was on my Pan Africanist shit where I was like, yo, all the NFL and NBA players should just boycott it and make a modern day Negro League.
Yeah. You bring it back segregation, eh?
No, it ain't even like that, bro. Like,
Uh,
hear me out. Because like these guys are literally carrying the organization as a whole. Like the NFL and NBA is like predominantly black. Like there should be some black ownership instead of lining some white guy's pocket or some like old Jewish guy. Like it should be black owned, in my opinion.
so what are you saying though? Like the owners need to be black, or are you saying the black people should just dip from the team and form their
No,
own team?
I think they should dip from the team and form their own organization as a whole. Like when the whole BLM shit happened, like I think everybody's taking a knee and whatnot, but it's like, yo, if you're a bunch of black people and there's Black Lives Matter, to show like make a legitimate statement, just dip out and form your own league. You make up 78% of the league
I get what
in
you're saying. It's like a sacrilegious display, and they're not actually accomplishing anything.
yeah, exactly. Like if you want to actually have like a legitimate social movement, dip out and make your own shit.
Yeah, but so what are you saying with the football though? Like, would they still be playing in the same league then, or are they going to form their own whole
I-
league, or just
I'm
form their own team?
I'm saying they should form their own league, bro. Like
No, but if you're
complete
gonna if you're gonna do racially based teams, like I want to see them compete. with each other. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. So
Yeah.
you want to see a blacks versus white?
Yeah. We're bringing it
Okay,
back.
bro. Okay, I can get behind that, low key.
Bro, and people would watch it. Like, people would love it. And it would stir
Oh
up
yeah,
so much fucking just drama, and it would get so many fucking views, man.
yeah, man.
Like, think about it.
All I'm saying though is some of these black guys are freaks compared to the white guys. No disrespect.
See, I don't fucking follow football, so I can't really. It's hard for me to make a counter argument here. But isn't it not? Is it most quarterbacks are white dudes, or what's the position? That's
Yeah,
mostly white guys.
most QBs are white, to be honest.
And isn't that the position that requires brains?
What are you trying to say?
Oh, that's just what I heard, bro.
What are you trying to say?
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your ass on.
Well, they're gonna cancel me for that one, bro.
Yeah, you're getting canceled for that one for sure. Holy fuck, man. But
see,
yeah, no, that is the most brainsy position out of all the positions.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, that's what I'm saying. It'd be cool to make a competition out of it, I guess.
That would be cool.
Like, fuck.
The Negro League versus the Caucasian League. That is so fucked.
That is, bro.
Holy shit.
Fuck.
Yeah, so that's one thing that was on my mind a bit. Because also, too, like, even these guys in, like, there's another thing, too, that's, like, big debate or whatever, and it's should college athletes be compensated? Like, because right now, college athletes, like D1 athletes, they sell jerseys at the school and all this stuff and basically brandish these kids, but they don't make a single bit of money from it.
They don't make anything, eh?
They make nothing because the rebuttal to it is, you're here to get an education. You're getting a free $40K education.
Nah. That's bullshit, bro. Because they're raking money for the fucking school.
Yeah, they are. So they're saying you're getting a free education, therefore you aren't allowed to monetize yourself. I think that's more so modern day slavery, in my opinion.
I guess you could call it that. It's definitely exploitation. If you're someone's making you money and then you're not even gonna compensate them, that's like, you're just getting exploited.
Yeah, they're getting exploited big time.
Like, hardcore. I would be pissed if that were me personally.
But I think what an interesting study would be is like the disparities between like how much this college athlete brings in for the company, like the college, versus how much a NFL athlete brings in for the organization. And I want to know if those figures are similar. You know what I mean? Because like, you can be an NFL player making, say, 40 mil a year, which is a lot to the average normie. But it's like, if that company's a multi-billion-dollar company and you're the face of like a team or the head quarterback or whatever, are you really getting compensated enough for like what you're doing?
Yeah, that's a good point. And going back to what you're saying about the college athletes, it would be interesting to see if the money they make the school is even more than what their tuition costs in the first place.
Oh, no, it 100% is.
You think so, yeah?
I think objectively it is. Like those jerseys, think about it. There's a guy, Zion Williamson. He was at Duke University and he was tearing shit up. He's just a freak of nature. One of those jerseys, I'm pretty sure, like, is $90
Really?
for a Duke jersey with his name on it. So, like,
well, who's buying that?
Bare people, bro.
That's
like,
crazy,
surprisingly. And it's like, man, like, allow this man to get a brand deal or something to get some coin.
Yeah, that's fucked up, bro. That's just straight up taking his money, bro. They're using his name and everything.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. I don't know. Fuck that shit. That's all I know.
Yeah, shit is whack, though. Shit is absolutely whack.
Yeah. Well, fuck. What else were you firing off on Twitter?
I was firing off a couple of things, actually. I was feeling... I had Twitter fingers today. I'm not even going to cap.
You just woke up and chose violence, eh?
I woke up and I chose violence, bro. I put some other stuff out there. I said... No disrespect to my brothers who love it, but I've never got the appeal of fantasy teams. You legit are live action role playing general manager of a made up team for a whole season.
Yeah. I agree with you.
You're LARPing
Yeah.
a general manager. Like, why are you doing this? Living vicariously through fucking athletes and shit.
It's super cringe, bro. Like, yeah, like you literally summed it up right there. Like, I don't know. I always look at guys who do that, and I just think it's retarded. Like, find something better to do with your time.
Yeah, I just don't get it whatsoever. Like, what are you doing? Fucking crunching the stats and pretending you're a GM of a fake team.
Yeah, it's
Like-
fucking cringe, eh?
Like, I don't know how to explain it, bro, but I just cringe so hard. Like,
Yeah,
something
it's-
about it.
it's like boomer shit or just like weird. Like, I'll say this: I've never seen a smart person waste their time doing fucking fantasy sports.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like there's so much better things you could spend your time doing than fucking playing fantasy fucking sports. Like, unless you can, like, can you make money on that shit?
You can. So fantasy leagues, you can make money in. Like, you can put, there can be an entrance fee, so everybody pays $20. Say there's a bunch of guys in it. You first place takes home the like prize and stuff like that.
Yeah. I
Which-
mean, in the case that you can make money, sure. Like if you're some fucking sports savant and you can like accurately make plays and shit, but like other than that, you're wasting your time.
Yeah, I can quicker get behind sports betting
Oh, me
than
too.
I can
dude.
at fantasy league.
Yeah, sports betting I would get behind. If I knew sports, I would definitely put money on it.
Yeah, exactly. But like a fantasy league, you're literally live action role playing a GM. Like, there's
Yeah.
no point in doing all that.
And I see
go
these guys, bro.
outside.
They're like sitting there on their phone, like, oh, my fucking fantasy plays doing this shit. It's like, bro, no one cares, man.
Who the fuck cares? Like,
Yeah.
it goes on. Like, the game will still go on.
It's like, go do some push-ups or
Irrespective.
some shit, man. Like, do something better with your time.
Yeah, like
Fuck
read a
that
book.
shit. Read a book. Do anything.
Go
Say a prayer.
outside. Yeah, say a prayer. Fuck.
Go for a walk, man. Fuck, ride your bike. Go talk to your kids. Too busy drinking Bush Light and playing fantasy football.
Yeah, man. Like,
Go
imagine
tell
being
Timmy
a
you
grown
love
ass.
him.
Imagine being a grown ass man, crunching the stats of another grown ass man and living vicariously through them.
That's true, bro. That's elf behavior, bro.
Yeah,
You're not
that's-
Santa, bro. You're an elf when you do that.
yeah, you dick riding for sure.
I don't
Mega
know,
dick
man.
riding, bro.
It's just stupid.
It's absolute dick riding behavior. I just don't get it, man.
Now, is there like a fucking like esports equivalent of that?
Like, in what respects?
Like, there's got to be like some kind of esports equivalent where some dudes out there making this like fantasy League of Legends team.
I feel like maybe there could be. Like,
I
there's
feel like it
YouTube-
has to be. You know what I'm saying?
There's like YouTube channels who are like, oh, so and so is the best pick of this year. Get him on your team.
Yeah.
This, that. Like,
It's-
there's a subculture behind it, and there's a lot of people who get into it. It's just, for me personally, like, I think it's kind of cringe.
Super cringe, bro. Who the fuck cares about League of Legends, let alone League of Legends esports? Some like hunched
Yeah.
over Asian kid with a gut playing a fucking video game, and like that's your hero? Like, come on, man.
Yeah. But we normalize, or we make fun of kids who are just like super nerds about video games and shit like that. But it's like, why are we not making fun of people who live vicariously through athletes? And they're like, oh my God, this is my favorite
Yeah,
athlete.
facts.
Last year he put up this numbers, this, that. I love him so much. Like, you're literally like the male equivalent of a Taylor Swift fan, but for
Literally.
football. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Come on, like, grow up, touch grass.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's so fucking lame. Tons of
It
people are
is.
gonna get pissed at that.
There's a subculture, like there's a huge subculture behind it. It's just like I never got the appeal personally.
I don't know. You know what? I don't want to get it.
Yeah, I don't want to.
If I got it, I would be one of them. So I'm glad that I don't get it.
I'm glad that I don't get it too, man.
Fuck that shit.
But another thing I fired up on the Twitter this morning was I said sometimes I wish I grew up in the '60s, minus a Jim Crow. You know, to see Pink Floyd live in front of thousands of people would be such a vibe, dude. I wish I saw Pink Floyd live, like genuinely.
They're still kicking, aren't they? Some of them.
Some of them, but the whole group's like busted up and shit.
Man, they're all fucked up. Yeah, they probably suck now, eh?
Yeah, but see them peak, bro. That would fucking be the shit.
That would be pretty great.
That would be epic.
Yeah, fuck. Man, I had buddy at work today. He said some stupid shit. He's
Oh, yeah?
trying to say Cleopatra was Egyptian and black.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, buddy, you don't know your fucking history, man. I'm like, Cleopatra was Greek. She wasn't
Was
even
she?
born in Egypt. Yeah, she was Greek. And I'm like, and he's like, well, the Greeks are pretty dark. I'm like, okay, A, they're dark, but they're not black. And I'm like, B, ancient Greeks were white. They're dark because of the Ottoman Empire, right? When they invaded and pillaged and raped them all, completely
Okay.
changed the genes. But I just hate when people who don't know shit start running their mouth.
Yeah.
You know what
Classic.
I'm saying? It's just shut the fuck up. Listen to someone who actually knows shit for a sec. Then shut the fuck up.
I always thought Cleopatra was white actually because that's why she was like heralded as such a like beauty or goddess because she was something foreign amidst like all the Egyptians and shit.
Yeah, she came from Greece, so she probably would have been like olive skinned. Like there's depictions of her and shit that like from the time period. So it's not even like it's like a mystery. Like you could go look it up and look for yourself.
Yeah. No,
You know.
absolutely, man. So homeboy thought she was black, eh?
Yeah. And I was like getting pissed. I was like, no, man, like no. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll listen to you. You sound like you know what you're talking about. I'm like, fuck, thank you.
You had to check him. You had to check him one time. And be like,
Yeah,
listen,
real
bro,
quick, real quick.
What the fuck are you saying?
Just so they know, man.
Yeah, just let him know one time. That's crazy. I got one for you.
What?
Do you think Jesus Christ was black?
No, I don't.
What race do you think he is? Do you think he's like white, as in European white, or do you think he's like an Arab, darker skin color?
He would have looked like a lighter Arab, like a light skinned Arab. Think like a Syrian or like a Lebanese kind of person.
Yeah, I think if he's not black, if he would probably be like Arab or like darker pigmentation than he gets depicted as.
Yeah, like let's just think geographically for a sec. Like think of where Jesus was born. Think of the area. Like how do the people of that area look? Like I don't understand why this is such like a mystery for people to decipher. Like the earliest depiction of Jesus, I think, was 100 years after his death, and he's depicted with dark brown hair, brown eyes, a brown beard, kind of like olivey skin. Like he would have looked like a light Arab. Like I don't understand where people think he's this like pale, super white Northern European looking guy. Nor do I understand why they think he's black. Like
Yeah,
he would have just looked like the people of the area. Like
yeah. It would be kind of outlandish for him to be like dark skinned, but I could see him being like a lighter complexion black guy.
You think so?
Yeah, I could see it. I really could see it just because there were some blacks coming out of Egypt, were there not?
I mean, they were in Egypt, yeah, but like Jesus isn't born in Egypt.
Where the fuck was Jesus? Oh, he's born in. He's born
Bethlehem,
in like
Nazareth,
Bethlehem.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
you know what?
even
The
in the
state better
Bible,
be-
he's described as ruddy in the cheeks in the Bible, which means like to get red in the cheeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a few descriptions. So
Someone's gonna have to fact check me on this, but
maybe
I've heard,
I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah, someone's gonna have to fact check me. But through the grapevine, I swear there's a bar in the Bible where he said he has like sheep-like hair or something like that.
Let me look this up.
Yeah. Run that one time. Check.
Let me
that
run
shit
both
quick.
of these one time.
Yeah, run that one time, and we'll do the fact checking.
Yeah, God knows no one's gonna fact check this shit yet.
Yeah.
Okay. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. Okay, but I don't know the context of these lines that came up.
Yeah, that's fair. And
Like
white
it's just giving me a line. I don't even know if it's talking about Jesus here.
Yeah, white
and it's
like
from the
wool
book
is
of,
referring to the color.
Yeah, but this is also the book of Revelation, which is basically end times prophecy. So I doubt it's even talking about Jesus. Like that's what that quote's from that I just read.
Okay.
So unless they're cherry picking that quote and it's not even like have anything to do with Jesus at all. No, yeah, it's in reference of Jesus. So Jesus is described using multiple similes, such as the hair on his head was white like wool, as white as snow. Okay, well
Really?
maybe he was fucking white like Northern European white. Then if we're going off this,
Yeah.
fuck. Well, let's see what else it says here. Mm-mm. Yeah. Fuck, I don't want to be here all day reading shit, but yeah, that's what came up when I typed that in.
Hey, I guess we'll never know. But it's fun to entertain, like
I
all
just
the.
I don't see how he would be black. Like to me, I think that's just a lot of the propaganda that they're trying to push.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of cope.
It's a lot of cope, and Christianity is historically a European religion, so they're kind of trying to spit in the face of that.
Actually, I saw one thing. Someone really does have to fact check this, but apparently it's a myth that like Christianity is like a colonial thing. Apparently, like Christianity or like originated in Africa and then spread.
I heard, fuck, what was the guy? It's some black guy. I don't know. It's a bunch of Christians at a rally. I had some SJW type was trying to call them racist or some shit, and then the black
Yeah,
guy was saying something about Christianity being in Africa before colonialism, which I believe. I'm sure it made its way. It made its way around the globe, so it wasn't
yeah,
colonial powers that brought Christianity to them. Like I'm sure they had it, or some wayward wanderer came and spread the good word.
yeah, absolutely. I think we saw the exact same video because that's what I saw as well too.
Yeah, I don't like. See, I haven't looked too into that. I wouldn't say it wouldn't originate in Africa because it originated where in Jerusalem, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now, it probably did spread its way there, you know.
Before colonial times and shit.
Yeah.
But honestly, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about where it came from. Like, who? It's not like it makes you any cooler if you claim the set of like, oh yeah, Europeans made Christianity. Like that doesn't make you any sicker of a race, in my opinion. Like it is what it is. Like everybody can spread the good word, and
Well,
it doesn't really matter
truthfully,
where it came.
I'll say it's irrelevant in the sense that it has nothing to do with the actual teachings.
Yeah,
It's just people wanting to claim something as theirs. I don't know. People always do that. But yeah, like historically, like, I don't know. It's irrelevant.
yeah. That's how I feel. Kind of like,
But that being said, Jesus was not black.
yeah, that boy was not black.
No.
I think it's safe to say he was like Arab looking.
I'll have to find that first depiction of him. I'll have to send it to you later, but I want to Google this ruddy in the cheeks line. Cheeks, Jesus. He sent and brought him in with ruddy cheeks, red hair, and bright eyes. He was a good looking fellow. I don't know if this is talking about Jesus, though. No, that's David, looks like. I don't know. I'd have to do some digging on my own time and then come back to
Yeah,
this. But
we'll come back to that for sure. We'll come back to that for sure. But yeah, he will never know what he looked like. I guess.
well, I
That's
think
one
we
thing.
have a good idea, though.
Yeah, we can have like a perfect idea of like what he looks like, but we'll never know. I guess. Do you How do you feel about like depictions, like old depictions of what people look like when they find like a scroll and they
Mm,
say so and so looks like this, or they have like a 3D image of someone who's like around like 3,000 years ago, and they're like, oh, so and so would look like this. Because like for me personally, I'm like schizo. I don't trust any of it. Like I feel like
I
we just
trust
try and
them. I trust them because they say they're pretty accurate. Like look at the Roman sculptures of all the emperors and shit. That I'd say that's fairly accurate to how they actually would have looked.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's fair. That's I feel like that's a credible source, but sometimes I'm pretty sure they like find shit on a scroll from years ago, and then they're like, oh yeah, we did this like 3D imaging and made this shit based off the scroll. Like how do
I
you
don't know
do
about
that?
all that 3D imaging shit because you know they could fucking take artistic liberties with that. Like I would trust the scroll before I trusted some guy's 3D render of the scroll.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, it's hard to say though because yeah, I mean you could make an argument that yeah, like any guy could just fucking draw someone up and then say that's how so and so looked like. And since you don't have photographic evidence, you can't say for sure.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I understand why people say that. I don't know. Truthfully, it depends from the time period. Like I would trust a Roman bust. I trust the Greek sculptures to be accurate.
Yeah.
If we're going back further than that, I mean, it's tough to say. Truthfully, I don't have the answers. I'm not clairvoyant.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I trust. I'm with you. I'm in the same boat. Like I agree with the Roman stuff, but when they have like pictures of fucking Greek Egyptian or not Greek Egyptians, just Egyptians and their hieroglyphs, and they're like, oh yeah, you know what? This is what so and so looked like, based off a fucking damn near stickman photo. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, how do you know what homeboy looked like based off a stickman?
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
But what do you think? What do you think about Egypt?
I think they were onto some shit. Like, I really do think they were onto some shit.
I see so much schizo shit about Egypt. Like, I don't know, man. Everyone's got their own thoughts about it. No one know, like, you hear about like fucking flying pyramids and fucking all this shit.
Yeah, it's like schizo central when you dive into the ancient Egyptian shit.
Yeah, like even if you get into how they're built, I've heard fucking probably 300 different explanations on how they built a pyramid.
Yeah, so I want to pick your brain on that. How do you think they were built? Do you think it was human made, or do you think there's like
Dude, I don't know.
divine intervention?
I'm gonna say it's human made, man, because people want to knock humanity's intelligence in antiquity or ancient times. I think humans have been intelligent for a long time, and I think they definitely had some kind of either lost technology or lost technique that they used to build it that we never rediscovered. Like here's
Okay.
here's something skit. So like obviously we use electricity to power shit now, but like what if there was just a whole other source of energy that they tapped into to power things long time ago, and like we never even rediscovered it, and like
That's valid.
you know,
That's super valid.
but I've heard super pragmatic explanations from some fucking I forget what the guy was, but like just like showing how they could have moved those big blocks with just like simple pulleys or maybe not pulleys but like wheels and shit you could construct now. Like I've heard very pragmatic
Yeah,
things like that, from anywhere to using frequencies to levitate the blocks up.
I've heard that as well too. Like they have those big old foghorns and just like,
Yeah, yeah.
just like lift lift the shit up.
So I don't know, man. Like it's tough to say. It's definitely fun to theorize about, and like if I start going down that rabbit hole, I'll start skitzing out.
Yeah, it's messy, bro. Like I start skitzing out bad when I start thinking about the ancient Egyptians.
I
I'm like,
fucking
what were they on about?
I saw this one thing and like fuck, I wish I had all the names down off my head, but whatever the one Egyptian king was, he just like they analyzed the artifacts, like all like sarcophaguses and shit, and basically Buddy just got his name carved into some old kings artifacts from them, and like he claimed it was all his, but like if you examine it, you could see he just like added that shit in years later.
Oh, really?
So, like, what if there was like some hyper advanced civilization in Egypt that's gone, and then whoever the fuck inhabited Egypt after came along and just discovered all the
Mhm.
shit that was already there, and it's like, yo, I'm gonna put my
Just
name on this.
yeah, put their little scribe on the artwork.
Yeah, and that's like, oh yeah, this was me. But like,
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes like I think it could have been done by humans, but we vastly underestimate like how powerful 100,000 or a million slaves are. Like if you have a million people working collectively towards something, you can get a lot of shit done. I don't know necessarily if you can lift up fucking 20-ton rock to the top of the pyramid, but you can do a lot of shit.
see, and that's the thing, and like that's like a more pragmatic explanation that you hear. Like I've heard people who just are like, excuse me, super literal about it. It's like, yeah, it's just the slaves with ropes and boulders and shit. But like, seriously, how the fuck do you get a block all the way up there?
Yeah.
Like maybe if they had some sort of ramp or something. Like I don't know. I don't know the exact math of like how difficult it actually would be to pull that, and then obviously the process of just like creating the rock in the first place.
Yeah.
Like how do you get it perfectly cut and that big, and then like how are you transferring it from wherever you created it?
It's fucked up. Like the logistics of it make no sense whatsoever. Like there's some ancient tombs in the pyramids where it's cut to like a precision that's like more precise than lasers or damn near close to
I've
laser.
seen that. Yeah, it's like off within a few decimal points of a whatever.
Like that is ridiculous, bro.
And it's like I'm pretty sure I saw something like even like modern day cranes can't lift those blocks or some shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. They were onto something. We'll never know, but it was really wild times back then.
Yeah, fuck. Would have been cool. Be chilling to Egypt
See,
and shit.
See, it'd be cool if you're a king, bro, but the likelihood of you going back to that time and being a king is very low. You'd probably be
You know what?
enslaved or some shit.
You know what though? There's always kings and slaves, even now.
Yeah, there is.
It's always a hierarchy going on, no matter what time period. Like people shit talk medieval times and shit all the time, saying that they lived like shit. But in medieval times, the average person had a house, a family, their own land, their own animals, and their work week was like 3 days a week and like 6 hours or something like that.
Really? I did
Yeah,
not know that.
yeah. So like they were living way better than us. Most people can't even afford a house, and they're fucking crunching 40 hours a week, if not more, to barely scrape
Yeah.
by. So I think going back to how I think they claim ancient humans were a lot dumber than they actually were. They also claimed they lived a lot worse than they actually did. To try to me, I think it's just propaganda to try to make the current time sound better.
Yeah. I actually agree with you on that.
Because it's like, oh yeah, we live so good now. You know, you got your fucking phone and you water from a tap, and oh, they lived like shit. You know, but I feel like it's just so vastly overblown.
Yeah, it is.
Like a lot of history is bullshit. Like it's completely lies, and like.
Yeah, there's a book called Sapiens, and there's like one part in it where it's talking about human evolution, and it was like, there's no way you can objectively say that the time we live in is better than the sapien times, if that makes sense.
What do you mean by sapien times? Like ancient humans, like caveman times?
Like caveman human, like living the shittiest bare bone human that there is.
I bet it would have been a more fulfilling life. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, like although we live longer, that doesn't equate a better life.
Yeah. Well, what's that Mussolini quote? I'd rather live one day as a lion than 100 days as a sheep. Like,
absolutely,
I would rather be the fucking caveman tribal king than some fucking Joe Schmo working his desk job.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and it's just more human. Like to boil it down, like we are animals still, and like the modern system kind of strips you of that. You can't freely express yourself. You can't, you know, you're shamed for expressing masculinity. You're shamed for all this behavior that comes innate to human beings is basically beat out of you, and you're turned into a domesticated animal.
Yep, you're not allowed to have that dog in you anymore.
You can't, bro. They shame you for having the dog, man. They put the dog in you down.
Yeah, they fucking neuter that bitch.
Chop his nuts off, everything, man.
Yeah.
Taxidermy your ass.
Yeah, taxidermy.
Put you up on the shelf.
Put you on the shelf. No, seriously, it really, society does take that dog out of you, like, real quick.
It's a damn shame. Like, I would love to, you know, just get out of the fucking society, man.
On some, like, Unabomber type shit?
Minus blowing shit up. Minus that part. Just going.
Yeah, minus blowing shit up. You know what I meant. You know.
I know what you mean. I just gotta put it out there.
Yeah, just give a disclaimer.
Yeah, I want the government on my door.
Yeah, FBI, open up. But yeah, no, seriously, like that would be a way to live. Like as long as you got the food coming in consistently.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't want to scrounge around fucking getting rabbits and shit.
I think it would be fun, bro. Like it's probably more fun than scrolling on Instagram.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's delayed gratification, and most people nowadays are so accustomed to instant gratification. That's why no one has any discipline anymore. No one can focus on anything for an extended period of time. People give up on shit super fast. You know, if it's not instantly pleasurable, people want nothing to do with it. That's why most people are out of shape. You know, because like working out, that's delayed gratification right there in its essence. Like you don't work out once and you get jacked. That shit takes years.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know, like you fucking go beat your meat or you go fucking scroll on TikTok for a bit and your fucking dopamine is getting stimulated. You don't have to do any work at all.
Oh, yeah. Our dopamine is constantly firing. It's actually ridiculous.
It's horrible for you because it decreases focus. Like it zombifies you, man.
Yeah, it does. It really, really does.
And it's just no way to live. Like even people I know that like smoke weed a lot, like they'll smoke weed and like they kind of just ignore the day just to go and get to the weed. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it becomes any drug basically becomes like that becomes what you live for basically.
Yeah, I'm saying it right now. If you're a grown ass man smoking weed 24/7, grow the fuck up.
It's facts though, seriously.
Like, grow the fuck up. What are you doing? Just balling up every single day.
It's fucking pathetic. Like truthfully, I have zero respect for weed smokers.
And it's overrated too. Like, you get a good laugh and your food's just a bit better. Like, just enjoy it for what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand the appeal. 9 out of 10 stoners I know just smoke weed, turn into a lazy sack of shit.
Yeah. See, I got a weird policy towards weed. Like, if my kids were smoking weed and they were disciplined, fine. I think every kid should go through a phase of smoking weed. But if you rip weed too much, like, you become a loser.
I get what you're saying. Like, I know some people who, like, maybe do it recreationally, like on a weekend, once a weekend, in place of most people's drinking habit. It's like they go and smoke weed, whatever. But yeah, like, a lot of people, it becomes debilitating though. Like,
Oh
it just
yeah,
fucks their shit up. Like, they can't do it in moderation. They have no self-control.
absolutely. I hate to see it. I hate to see people fall victim to the weed and they just can't get off it. And my least favorite thing is the cope where they're like, "Oh, it's better than alcohol." It's
Right? Yeah. It's a plant,
I'm-
bro. It's a plant. It's not addiction.
it's a yeah, it's from the earth. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
bro.
it's such a shitty argument. Like, fucking cocaine is from the earth. Opiates are from
Yeah.
the earth. Like, it's such a retarded argument.
Yeah, literally. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here?
Seriously. And
Just-
but it's funny too because they claim it's like, oh, it's not addictive, bro. It's like, why do you smoke it every day if it's not addictive?
I know.
Like, yeah, just anything can become psychologically addictive, man. Like, I could go get addicted to a fidget spinner because I love the sensation of seeing it spin. Like,
Yeah, literally. You can have psychological addiction to virtually anything.
literally, yeah. So it's just a dumb argument. Yeah, sure, it's not physically addictive, so they say, but still, man,
Just a bunch of cope coming out of the weed smokers camp.
pure cope, man.
Too much cope.
At least smoke something cool like crack.
Exactly.
Bombocat!
Oh, at least smoke some crack cocaine instead. Be a man.
Exactly. Grow
Smoke-
some fucking balls. Smoke crack.
Smoke crack. What about I got one to pick your brain on. What about vapes? How do you feel about vapes?
Vaping's gay, bro.
Super gay, man.
It sucks,
Super
man.
gay.
And like, dude, it's worse for you than cigarettes by far.
100% it is.
Dude, okay, like I used to vape, man, and when I vaped, it's like I would wake up first thing in the morning, haul that shit fucking 10 times, fucking get out of bed, go take a piss, haul it in the washroom, fucking eat some breakfast, walk out the door, haul it in the car, haul it in the fucking car ride. You get to whatever institution you're at, have a fucking couple hauls before you go inside. Go inside, fucking look around, make sure no one's watching you, haul that shit again, go take a piss, you're in there
Yeah.
hauling it. Like, it's like you might as well be hooked up to a tube that just pumps you with nicotine at that point. And that's not just me, man. That's most people I know who vape are that fucking bad with it. At least with a cigarette, you got to go up, you got to light it up. You can't just like sit there and smoke it wherever the fuck you want, whenever you want.
Yeah.
And just the nicotine content, the amount of nicotine in these vapes that these kids hit, it's like if you hit that shit, man, you feel full out stimulated. Like you are like overstimmed.
Yeah, word to the wise, bro. Word to the wise. Personally, I'm never going to get behind a vape, but I could smoke ciggies.
At least cigarettes are cool, man. Like, yeah, I'm not going to argue they're good for you, but they do have the added benefit of increasing your testosterone, which you don't just get from vaping because it's the tobacco that does it.
Oh, is that so? I didn't know that.
Yeah, boosts T a little bit. Well, there's a study in it. It's one of two things. It's either there's a correlation between cigarette smokers and higher levels of testosterone. So it's one of the two. It's either the cigarettes increase testosterone, or if you have high testosterone, you're more naturally drawn to be a smoker.
Oh, gotcha,
So
gotcha.
it's either or. But vaping doesn't have that connotation. Like,
Yeah, you little beta bitch if you like
yeah,
to vape.
you're like beta. You got that fucking perm haircut. Probably skinny and pale as fuck. You haven't seen the sun. Scraggly. You can't grow any facial hair. Like, you probably just look like shit. Stupid as fuck too. Like, I don't know. Like, at least cigarettes, you can picture some fucking guy. He might be like some shitty greasy tradesman with a fucking gut, but at least it's still not like some greasy bitch.
Yeah, at least it's a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, beer,
Smoke.
tits, NASCAR, whiskey.
Trump, denim jeans, baby back ribs, tailgating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert E. Lee.
Robert E. Lee, the Confederacy.
Bumblecard.
Hold up. I gotta grab my charger. My shit's about to die, bro.
No, bro. Fuck.
I know, unbelievable. But yeah, I could never vape, man.
I did for a bit, and honestly, I'm glad that I stopped doing it.
Yeah, not my cup of tea.
No, and like, if you ever seen someone who vapes lose their vape, bro, they turn into like a fucking crackhead, bro, going through withdrawals.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. They're like, dude, when I see vapors in social settings, it makes me laugh so hard. They're looking at people and they're like, "Can I get a hit? Can I get a hit?" And they're literally chomping at the bit. They're like, "Can I hit that once?"
Yeah.
Please, dude.
Yeah, that's. Can I hit that once? Yeah, it's never once either, bro. Yeah. That's like every 2 seconds too. Like, they'll walk away for a second, come back, like, bro. Like, sorry, man. Like, can I hit that shit again, bro? One more time.
Yeah,
It's just like never ends, bro.
It's like they're addicted to fucking crack.
If they lose it at your house, they'll be tearing up your whole fucking couch, your whole house, trying to find that shit.
Where's my vape? Where's my vape? Like, grow the fuck up.
Yeah, it's fucked, man. I it's gonna be interesting to see all the consequences of that shit down the line.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be some adverse health effects.
Definitely, man.
Well, it's literally like we're at the point where it's like the origin of cigarettes, whenever that was, 60s, 50s. There's just no literature on the shit because it's so new.
Yeah, I mean, like, the literature is very minimal. Like, at least a cigarette at this point, we all know what it does.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
the consequences, right? You know, this shit's
Like, you're
new
dying,
territory.
you're
I'm
dying
not gonna be the guinea pig for the vape companies, man. They can test that out.
Yeah, big vape. Is that a big pharma? Big vape.
Yeah, big vape.
Absolutely ridiculous.
That shit sent us back like 100 years.
It did. It's degenerate behavior. I'm never gonna be on that.
Fuck that
Till
shit.
the day
bro.
I die. I promise I'm never touching a vape. People say, "Hey, you want to take a hit?" I say, "No, thank you."
Just so polite with it.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Holy fuck. Unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
Just can't do it.
Me neither, bro. Cigs for life.
Siggies for life.
But that's it for your tweets, eh? You don't got any more?
I got a couple more.
Holy fuck, man.
I had some Twitter fingers today. I was not playing around. Let's see what else. Let's see here. Well, this one we kind of hashed about in a previous episode, but it was like, there's this lady here named Senator Marsha Blackburn. She said the United States of America should never be funding terrorism. Yet Joe Biden is sending millions of dollars to Ukraine that will get stolen by Hamas to support their terrorist activities. The Senate should immediately vote on my legislation to stop this.
What?
And I tweeted, I like quoted that tweet, and I was like, instead, let's give the IDF infinite funds to blow off the legs of innocent children with drone strikes. Hashtag touch grass.
It's based.
That was actually pretty base. Like,
But what the fuck even was that tweet though? That shit didn't even make any sense.
yeah, she basically, to sum it up, she's like, we should not be giving humanitarian aid to the Palestinians because Hamas is going to take all the care packages. Like, come on, grow up.
Yeah, but like they'll give money to Israel. That's funding terrorism right there.
Well, exactly. Like,
Yeah,
it's just hypocrisy at the end of the day.
it's just semantic magic, like word magic, like to call in. It's just whoever we don't like is the terrorist,
Yep,
more
absolutely.
or less. Like it's just buzzwords, bro. Like a lot of this shit you see in the mainstream politics is just buzzwords. It's like conditioning. They condition you over years with specific buzzwords, and then they bust them out. It's very like easy to manipulate the masses with them.
Yep.
Like terrorist,
Yeah.
racist, bigot. You know, if you want to shut someone down, you just slap one of these buzzwords on them, and it just It's like a shot thought terminating cliche. Like people can't see past these buzzwords. It's just the moment they hear it, it's like boom, this guy's that.
Yeah.
You know, disregard.
The big ones I think that have been running around lately is terrorist, misogynist.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yep.
And then the most notorious of them all is anti-Semite.
Oh shit.
That one gets slapped on fucking everything. Like,
no, it really does though. So you make any criticism of Jewish people, and it could be entirely valid. Not even an anti-Semitic, thing. It's just like, oh, you're an anti-Semite.
yeah,
They do that with racist too. You criticize a race that's not white, you get slapped on with racist.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say. Like, I feel like the climate for white guys is actually pretty shit right now. Like, contrary to the popular sentiment of like, oh, white guys fucking suck. They do this, that. But like, as a white guy, I feel like you're not allowed to have an opinion nowadays.
Dude, you can't say shit because you literally ironically, you get labeled. Like, there's been times when I was in university before where I've literally said shit, and it's like, you're a straight white man. You can't speak on that. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck? If I can observe something, then I can speak on it. You don't have to be part of the group to make a comment about the group.
Yeah, absolutely. And like the thing is, like being a minority and stuff like that, I feel like I have more power to speak on political issues than you do in some respects.
I guarantee you,
cancellation.
We should do an experiment. I guarantee you, if I went up to a group of people and I said, "Hey, black people do X," they'd be like, "What? You can't say that. You're racist." But if you went up to a group of people and said the exact same thing, I guarantee you, they'd be like, "Yo, like that's facts, bro." Like,
yeah, man.
Like I would bet my fucking testicles on that literally would happen.
Yeah, it's twisted, man.
It's literally identity politics. Like what the dude looks like shouldn't matter. What should matter is if what they said is true or not. I don't give a fuck who said it. The guy could be purple.
Yeah, absolutely. You should definitely be judged on the content of your character.
Yeah, just like, if what you're saying is true or not. Like, it's so stupid. It's all these anti-racist types that are literally the most racist people.
Oh, don't even get me started, bro. I don't fuck with the crazy liberal whites.
They're
like my least favorite group of people, to be honest.
They're so fucking stupid and like not self-aware at all. Like they literally say some of the most racist shit I ever heard by trying to be not racist.
Yeah, like, oh man, that is a group of people I cannot mesh with whatsoever.
And that's what I'm saying, because ironically, they're probably seeing you as almost like a prop to prove that they're not racist. Those types.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's the amount of tokenism that comes out of these liberal whites is crazy.
They're like, oh yeah, this is my black friend. Like, I'm not racist.
Yeah, look at me, I got a black friend.
Yeah,
like,
and then they have some kind of savior complex about it too. Like, it's something they have to go toting around, like as if they did something good.
Yeah, it's absolutely fucked up. The way I see it is the liberal white is a loser that can't be friends with the conservative white.
Yeah,
they just go and find. They go and find. They try. No, seriously, like they're like a little fucking weasel. They try and find groups and homes in other races, and they live vicariously through them.
Yeah, that's true, because they're not accepted by their own kind, so they kind of branch off.
Exactly, bro. Like, tell me I'm wrong with that.
No, it's facts. But the irony is, whatever group they branch off into is not going to accept them either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're fucking loser nomads.
Yeah, and nobody want them. They don't even want themselves.
Nobody claims the liberal whites. If you're a liberal white, nobody claims you.
They're just fucking stupid. And to add on to that, the communist types too, so-called equality. Like, the irony of that is to make the playing field equal. Let's say it never boosts up the bottom people to a higher level. It always just brings down the exceptional people to a shittier level when you try to do this kind of equality. And if you look at how your average communist person, they're usually just like super low quality genes, stupid, and they just, since they can't excel, they want to drag everyone down to their level. Yeah,
and that's not the way it should be.
No, that's because that's not how nature works, man. Nature's not fair. It's the survival of the fittest.
Exactly. It's not like that in nature. You're actually going against human nature when you do shit like that.
And that is satanic. It's satanic to go against human nature and God's order. So it's literally a satanic ideology.
Yeah, it's fucked. I was reading this book, and there's a part in it where you know the story of the Tower of Babel, right?
Yep.
How like they're just building a tower up to God and stuff.
Yep.
Basically, this guy in the book claimed that God is against like communism and socialism because he shot down the Tower of Babel, and God actually doesn't want us to work collectively. He has his people that he favors, and rightfully so, they should be favored. He doesn't want us as a society to just be on some communist socialist shit.
I agree. I honestly agree with that, because that's how nature works. The strong survive, and it's always been that way. And that's how humanity as a whole advances. Because when you try to make everything equal, you just stagnate. Like, you need these outliers, these really exceptional people, trendsetters, people who advance humanity. At the time, people will think they're crazy, but the idea eventually steeps its way into the collective, and then the rest of humanity catches up to, let's say, what this one specific person did. So you need this kind of balanced imbalance, I will call it. You need these really exceptional people, and unfortunately, you also need really shitty people that kind of die off, because it's selective. What's the word I'm looking for? It's natural selection, basically. Like, not on some atheist shit, but like that's how humanity kind of evolves as a collective organism.
Yep, we got to cut the fat sometimes.
Exactly, got to cut the fat. Like a bird, like when the bird has a mama bird has the shitty bird to run to the litter, she just drops that little fucking bird off the nest. Let him die.
And that's what we need to do as humanity.
No, it's facts though. Like,
we need to drop the fucking run to the litter off.
We need eugenics. Which is what they're actually trying to do now. The elites are doing eugenic experiments on us, but ironically, their idea of eugenics is they don't want people with good genes. They want us all to be shitty and dumb and, easily led and to comply with shit. They're trying to selectively breed us to be dumber, to be good cattle.
Sheesh. That is actually fucked.
Because why would they want us to be strong and smart? They wouldn't want the masses to be strong and smart, because they might catch on to what they're doing. So they want us all to be stupid.
Yeah. How do you feel about eugenics? Are you for eugenics or against it?
I don't see why not. I think it's a good thing. Like, imagine you were born and you fucking were crippled and you had one arm, like, and you were kind of slow too. Like, would you want to be that guy? That would suck.
Yeah.
It's a life not worth living. It sounds super cold, man, but I wouldn't want to be that guy. Life's not fair, dude. But if you could maximize, the genes of your stock, I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that's good.
I see. I used to be for eugenics, but now I'm kind of against it in some respects, because basically with eugenics, what happens sometimes is, like, you see it on like GMO corn and stuff. When you have shit that's all the same breed, they're more likely to get wiped out on a total annihilation scale, because they don't have enough diversity. To sift through the filters of life. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
Like,
so yeah, if they're all, too similar and something comes along that wipes them out, they're all just going to die. Whereas
exactly. So for like a human preservation stance, eugenics isn't really a good thing, because that diversity in an ecosystem is what preserves the system as a whole.
You know what? I could see that. And literally, I just thought about what I said a bit more. And honestly, you might just be better off just leaving it in God's hands and just letting nature do it. Because on either end of the spectrum, whether you're trying to make a superhuman or make everyone retarded, honestly, like, I'm literally going back on what I said a second ago. I think just leave it to God, leave it to nature.
That's my philosophy. I'm a laissez-faire type guy.
Yeah, because who's to decide too on what's what?
Exactly. Like, how do we know what is, like, objectively the best and strongest? Like, we can't really discern that per se.
You could theorize, but that's the thing. We don't have enough foresight. You couldn't see, the best could become the worst due to some whatever event or whatever. So I would just leave it to nature. Honestly, it's probably a futile effort to try to play God like that.
That's what I'm saying. There's shit where it's like this eugenicist shit where it's like Yale just came out with a fucking GMO lamb. I'm like, that's not a fucking lamb. That shit is made in a laboratory.
That's a demon.
That is a demon spawn.
Yeah, the GMO lamb. Come on. I wouldn't eat that shit at all, man. I wouldn't touch that.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You're gonna have fucking like 2 ears growing out your fucking head. 2 extra ears.
You're gonna be all weird. You're gonna have a nose too.
You're gonna have nose and 2 eyes and a mouth and some teeth.
You're gonna be real weird, man.
You're gonna be looking fucked up.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that cloning and shit, like test tube animals, and
That's what I'm saying.
That's fucked
I'm
up.
not with it.
Bro, if I found out someone
not-
was made in a test tube, I'd start making fun of them, bro. I'd bully them so hard.
Yeah, seriously. Let me ask you another ethical question then. Say your kid's gonna be blind and deaf, and you can use eugenics to fix him. Would you fix him? Because I would fix my kid for that shit.
See, I don't know, man. It's a fucked argument because then you could say, leave it to God again, but then you could say, if you had the ability to help him, you could help him, and like, I don't know. Depends how religious you want to get with it. Like on paper, yeah, it's definitely the better option if you could cure his disabilities than just cure him. But like, I don't know, man. Some really religious people will probably say like, "Oh, God's plan was for him to be blind and deaf." I don't fucking know. I would cure the kid.
I would cure him too. I would go against my principles, but like on a macro scale, I don't think we should be doing it for everybody. I just like to be the exception, you know?
So you want it, but not for everyone else.
Yeah, I want it. I want to be producing a 6'9" superhuman, and everybody else can be normal.
Eugenics for me, but not for the.
Yeah.
I bet you they do that, man. I bet you these like rich people and elites and shit, they're definitely practicing eugenics amongst their own kin.
Oh, they definitely do. They 100% do.
Or like gene editing, like CRISPR and all that. Like that technology's come pretty far.
Yeah.
Like if you could flip a gene in your kid's DNA to guarantee he's gonna be like 6'5", I know they're doing that shit, bro. Like
you can.
yeah,
you can.
They're definitely doing that, bro.
Height,
I would do it too. Like
height, eye color, all the shit.
Yeah, bro. I customize my character like it's a fucking video game, bro. Or customize my kid, man.
Your kid turns into a fucking Skyrim character.
That kid's gonna be beast. But see, this goes back to it, man. Like now I'm flip flopping again. Like between is it leave it to God or go in there and make the best possible outcome? Like,
yeah,
I don't know,
absolutely.
man. I fucking flip flop on that.
It's a tough one. It gets a lot of people stuck in the ethical community.
Yeah, that's fucked. I don't know.
It's actually, but I don't know. Like I'm a firm believer with ecosystems and shit like that. We should not be fucking about because that shit is way too complex for humans to fathom.
Well, yeah. Look what happened with China with Mao Zedong. He told the Chinese to kill all the sparrows because they were eating the crops or some shit, and then like 60 million Chinese people died.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the biggest. I don't know if you call it a genocide. It wasn't intentional, but it's like the biggest, I guess, genocide of any people.
So yeah, enlighten me about that. What happened? He told the sparrows. He told the people to kill the sparrows, and then
yeah, because they were eating the crops or some shit that they were growing. So he hypothesized that like if they killed the sparrows, that the crops would grow. But it ended up just fucking the whole ecosystem, and like it just killed a ton of them, man.
Holy fuck.
And it's like his own people too. Like
holy fuck. That's why man should not play God. I'm a firm believer man should not play God.
But now you could argue like, what if there's a smart way to do it? Like what if they were being dumb by that? Like you could argue like, what if they actually researched the whole ecosystem and studied it and found out that hey, if you kill the sparrows and then you also kill X, Y, and Z, then it'll actually work.
That's my thing. I think you can't quantify the ecosystem. Like I think there's so many levels and intricacies to an ecosystem that like it's beyond human comprehension.
You think so, eh?
Yeah, because I think like maybe I'm just like being like pro God here, but I think God made that shit in such a fashion that it's so intricate that we as mortal men will never understand it.
I could see that. And like I find though that these elites keep pushing the envelope and they're starting to get real close with the shit they do. Really close to like fucking with sacred things like that. But like I don't know, man, like they're crunching the numbers and shit too.
Yeah, you can definitely run it up and like understand it to a high degree, but there's still gonna be like that 0.001 or 0.1%. Like I don't think we'll ever understand something to like 100% certainty.
Oh, and
when it comes to an ecosystem.
I agree with you. And I mean they're fucking with our ecosystems right now with all the cloud seeding, like chemtrails and shit.
Oh yeah, dude.
Bill Gates buying up all the farmlands, like that's literally what's going on right now. And like if they think that they have this all planned out, like they really don't. Like they're playing with fire here.
That's what I'm saying. They're literally testing God when they do this shit.
I am a firm believer that nature eventually always balances itself out. It comes to like an equilibrium. But like for temporarily shit could get fucked up and a lot of people might die.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like going back to the CRISPR and what we were talking about, they have this mosquito, and it's a GMO mosquito, like or a CRISPR mosquito, and pretty much they could release it into the environment, and it theoretically could eradicate malaria across the world.
Really?
Yeah, but they also like on the other side of that coin is like what it could do is it could breed with like all these other mosquitoes and create a mosquito that is like makes super malaria at the same time.
Yeah, so just fucking leave the shit alone, man.
Just leave it
Leave
alone,
it alone.
bro.
Don't play with that.
Don't open that fucking Pandora's box, bro.
Because
Like,
that's fucked. I don't want no super malaria from a mosquito, man.
Yeah, like they got it. Like imagine that, bro. They got it in some fucking laboratory, some tiny little mosquito that they could release into the population, and they can just run amok.
That's true. And then imagine the implications if you like on purpose they wanted to do some damage.
Yeah, man.
Do you think you could
Like
just
that,
put whatever disease in the mosquito, selectively breed them, and just unleash them on a population?
You really could. That's a fucked up. I never thought about that until now. That's a fucked up way of biological warfare.
Yeah, man. Like, and it definitely exists.
A bunch of HIV mosquitoes or something like that.
You literally could, and just like, and you could even fuck around with it. Like, you could go to like a small city of 1,000 people and just like release them there, and then like watch it spread. Like, you could get sick and twisted with it.
Ugh, I don't even want to think about that, bro.
They could even like target people based on race. Like, even I know the supposed COVID vaccine like specifically could target like specific races or some shit like that.
Really?
Yeah, I'd have to pull up the facts, but like they have that technology because the DNA is different amongst the races. So like if they wanted to specifically target a certain race with something, they literally could. Like they can make a biological weapon that only targets like black people or white people.
That's messed up, man.
Super fucked.
That is messed up. Man should not play God to that degree.
I think like, that's like cheating, bro. That's like having the hacks, man.
Yeah, that's glitch.
That is glitch, bro. Fuck, like it's gone too far. Like
it is. It's absolute blasphemy.
Well, God will smite them soon.
That's what I'm saying. He'll like Sodom and Gomorrah. He'll just lay down a hellfire on them.
Honestly, it's coming, bro. It's coming.
We're really crouching up on those times. Like, I'm pretty sure in Sodom and Gomorrah too. Like, what happened is like gender roles were all fucked up. People were gay as fuck, and God was like, "Yo, enough of that."
They just smited them.
He just smited the shit out of them. Holy shit! Maybe that's coming for us, bro. Who knows? I hope not.
It definitely is, man. But what we got now is definitely worse than Sodom and Gomorrah and Babylon and all that.
You think so, eh?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Unless it's crazier than we even know, but like fuck, with all modern technology and shit, definitely worse.
Allegedly, the Babylonians were fucking dudes, bro, like crazy. Like they were on some like orgy dude shit.
They were super degenerate. That's why God just said, "Fuck you guys," just smited the shit out of them. Bah.
That's the solution we need. Just smite the fuck out of them.
The problem is, like, what is it? It's fucking in Noah's Ark. Like God said, He would never flood the earth again.
Yeah.
But the timeline of that Noah's Ark's before Babylon. No. I'm pretty sure it is in the biblical timeline.
I want to say so.
Now
he did make that covenant. He said, "I'll never flood you guys again," which is good. Now we can know.
I wish he didn't say that.
Oh, you wish? You wish we died by a flood?
Flood that shit again, bro. We need another start, man.
Flood that shit. I would quicker like some like meteors than getting flooded, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, getting flooded. We're all drowning. That is like the most heinous way to die.
Yeah, but I feel like a meteor is so unprecedented. Like we know what drowning is, we know what water is, but like, how many people seen a flying object come crashing out from the sky, blowing shit up? You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy talk, man. Like your arm blows off or some shit, and then you're still living, and you gotta wait for another meteor to fall on you. I think I'd rather just drown, man.
Oh my goodness, I'd like to go out by the meteor. No cap. Take me out with a fucking meteor strike, please. But you try and drown me, bro? Like, come on, bro.
Like, you said that. Oh my goodness. Go out by the meteor.
Bomba God.
Fuck.
Holy shit.
Here's a schizo thing about the Book of Revelation, though, which is like an end time prophecy. So, like, a lot of the markers in the Book of Revelation are being like ticked off right now. So people are saying like, oh, it's an end time prophecy being fulfilled. Like, there's something about like a sun or some shit falling from the sky in Book of Revelation, and then a few months back, I saw China is developing an artificial sun that they want to put up in space. So it's like it's hitting the markers of the Book of Revelation. But the even more schizo thing is that the Book of Revelations was put in there on purpose to kind of like self-manifest the end times into actually happening. Like the same way you have predictive programming in the TV, like something like Black Mirror talking about like all like microchips and all this dystopian shit, and then it actually becomes real a few years down the line. So people were saying that like Revelation put that prophecy there, and then if enough, like when enough people collectively believe it, it kind of manifests itself into existence.
It comes to fruition.
Yeah. So I thought that tripped me out. That skits me out for a while, bro.
Yeah, that would have me skitsed out. That has me a little skitsed out right now, actually.
Yes.
I did not know they were spin like that back then.
Yeah, like it's and like think about it, because like why are all these markers being checked off right now? We got like pestilences and fucking floods and shit, earthquakes, like all the shit that it says in Revelation.
Yeah, the Euphrates River drying up.
Yeah, that's literally one of the things in Revelation too.
Yeah.
So it's like is this a naturally occurring thing, or is this a manufactured thing following an ancient prophecy that was also manufactured?
Yeah. What do you think about prophecies and shit like that? Like, do you think they're true, or do you think it's just, a fucking dead clock is twice a day type shit?
You know what? I think it could be either or. Like, I do believe you could get like a premonition of like a future event. Like, I've certainly had them where like you have a dream of something and then it happens in your real life later on. So like to get the download from the ether and have some kind of like future prediction, I don't think it's in the realm of impossibility. But I feel like a lot of prophecies have just like completely like not come true, and then people are like, oh, the year was kind of off. Like, just wait a few more years, it's coming. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of cope when it comes to prophecies and shit.
So I don't know. Like, I still believe they could be real. Like, I still believe in prophecies and premonitions.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, it's just shit muddying the waters, I suppose. Shit prophecies making all the rest of them look like shit.
Yeah, man. I don't know if we're in the end times. I really hope we aren't, but it's looking spooky out here, bro.
I think it'd be cool to see it, though.
You think it'd be like, you think it'd be kind of like liberating to live during those times?
I think it would be good for the soul to witness that. And I'm pretty sure, I might be completely wrong about this, but there's something in the Bible that says something like, blessed is he who lives through the last days, or you're like guaranteed a spot in heaven or some shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
I never knew that.
I swear I read that when I read the Bible, but like, I'm not autistically memorizing quotes verbatim here, so I might be wrong. So I'm putting that little disclaimer on it.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I like that though.
Yeah, I found that interesting.
Have you ever seen the movie The Book of Eli?
No, I haven't actually.
It's actually really fucked up. It's like super dystopian, and it, like the world's ended. It's like Revelation type shit. And then there's this guy named Eli, and he literally is just like surviving the end times.
Is it new?
No, this is like an old movie. This came out when we were in like young, like
really, like
2012 or something.
I've heard the name before. Like, I've heard his name dropped a few times. 2010.
Yeah, it's an old one.
I'll have to check it out.
You might like it. I remember it being pretty good. I got to rewatch it actually, but it was a pretty good movie.
I just watched this movie called Snowpiercer. It was really good.
I've heard of that actually. Is that on Amazon Prime?
It was on Netflix. Honestly, it was really good. Like, buddy at work described it to me, and like just off the vague description, I was like, okay, I know this is gonna be good. So I'll give you.
Really?
So basically, it's like a post-apocalyptic frozen over Earth, and like the remainder of the surviving humanity is living on this train that keeps going, and so like it's divided into train cars, and so at the back of the train is basically like the slums. It's all like the low class people. It's like basically like a ghetto slums, And like the further up the train you go, it just gets higher class and higher class. And like the front cars, they got all these like, you know, fancy garments, and they're all like beautiful and shit, and like super bougie.
Oh.
But then like at the back of the train, it's all like shit. Like everyone's dirty. You get like one meal a day is some slop. Like people, you know.
Oh, really?
So it's basically an allegory of like the capitalist system. Like I've seen critique of the movie, and people are looking like too literally into like the logistics of the train, and like, oh, it doesn't make sense. Like, well, that's not the point of the movie, man. The whole thing's it's a metaphor.
I know. I hate people who are like that, where they try too hard to pick shit apart. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can't just enjoy something for what it is.
Exactly. Just take it for what it is. Like you're sitting there like, realistically, this train couldn't run year round. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, the movie's not really about a train. Like, it's about a train, but it's about the implications of the train. Like,
Yeah, like look into the fucking symbolism, buddy.
yeah. But I feel like dumb people don't get that, bro. They see something like that, they just think it's like an action movie, and they don't even understand like what's trying to be said to them.
Yep, absolutely. They don't pick up on it whatsoever.
And it's fucked.
No, I'll definitely check that out tonight, actually.
Dude, it's good. Yeah, buddy told me about it, and I literally watched it the next day. Like, normally I never watch movies, but I was like, yo, this one sounds like nice.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna peep that for sure.
It's heat.
But shit, we're coming up on 110 here. We might have to wrap her up soon.
We're on 111.
Yeah, dang.
I think that's a good time to end on.
Yeah, that's a perfect time.
I fuck with that. 11111.
An angel number.
Yeah, for 2 angels.
Perfect. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you.